Good evening, guys. You're able to hear me?
Yes, Murli.
Okay. So, previous week, Sunday, I think you guys have attended the session. And I think lastly, I'm able to see only the other person was the Sayan Bath. Did you guys go through that actually? Did you watch the video of the
Yes, we
CACD
watched.
pipeline which we have created?
Yes.
You tried it?
Yeah, I tried it.
Okay, fine. Mm, okay, today we'll see about the Linux and Linux, what is Linux, Linux commands, and all those things. Then we'll do tomorrow the practical. I think few we have done already for GitHub. Have you guys installed Git and GitHub? Have you guys started Git and GitHub?
Yes, Murli.
Okay. Then today we will start about Linux. Linux and Bash commands. What is big Linux and shell scripting and all those things we'll see. In this module, we'll be discussing about introduction to Linux and basic Linux commands is pwd, cd, make directory, and what are the Linux path, file manipulation, how to edit the Linux files, Linux permissions, and same thing we'll be seeing about bash commands, bash operations, statement loops, strings and functions, arrays as well. At the end of this module, you should be able to know about what is Linux, why we need it, how it works with the operating system, what are the basic commands and bash commands string find. So let us go for introduction to Linux. So what is Linux? First of all, you guys say me what you know already about Linux.
It's OS.
It's a OS. Okay, what kind of OS it is? What is the difference between Linux and Windows?
Not sure.
Okay, fine. So Windows, you guys are using Windows, correct? Am I saying right? You guys are using Windows or Mac? Okay. Now Windows, we have like you click the start button and you'll be able to see the applications which you installed or showing. Correct. Mostly in Windows, it will be full of interface. That is that is just
Murli,
like
1 minute. Your voice is actually
a
breaking. We cannot hear you properly. Hello.
understand more what Am I audible? Am I audible now?
Now you're fine.
No. Okay, fine. So before we know what is Linux, what is Windows operating system? What is Windows operating system? Is this what is meant by an operating system? Yes, guys, what do you know about operating system? Can you just tell me what is meant by an
Uh,
operating system?
it's a software.
A software. Okay, what kind of software it is? What is the between the main uh, hard works. How- So OS is nothing but the interface between the user and computer hardware. The computer application, the
Murali, again your voice is breaking. We cannot hear you.
okay, that is some network fluctuation is there. Yes. So here first is the user. User is interacting application. Let us say it's a Photoshop, and that Photoshop you're using now. Photoshop how it work. That it depends the hardware. The hardware has to that is your operating system. Hardware has to support means first who has to guide them. The operating system will suggest them what are the things you have, how you have, what movements you have to do, or hardware is important for doing this task. All those things will be taken and controlled.
Your screen is not visible, Murali.
I think it is getting fluctuated. You are able to see, hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now, but your screen is not visible at all. No, now we can see.
Okay. Now you understand how it works, OS works. Yes, how it works. Just now I explained. So user will interact with the application. Application is informing the operating system. Now operating system is taking control of the hardware. All right. So that is your that is called your OS. The OS is important to communicate. It is playing an interface role. That is, it's being a mediator between the hardware of the computer as well as the user. and its applications. Now, what are the operating systems we have? What are the operating systems we have? We already have an operating systems like Windows, Mac OS, Solaris, Linux, Red Hat, Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, Cent, HP UX, and IBM AAX. So there are a lot of OSs keep on coming. I think your mobile also will have a separate OS. Yes, is the mobile is having OS? Is it asking you to update Redmi OS, Oppo OS, Vivo OS? Everything is separate OS they are designing. Yes or no?
Yes, Murli.
Okay, fine. Now, how it works, the devices or the internet, how it works? Mainly through the JSP. JSP stands for Java Server Pages. That is, it's a nothing but a server-side programming language where whatever applications or OS you are using, mainly why we want computer nowadays or phone nowadays. Again, phone also it's mainly people are mostly using for what purpose? How people for what purpose nowadays people are using phone?
To communicate.
That was maybe in 2010. After that, now what phones we are using?
Smartphones.
Smartphones people are mainly using for.
Browsing.
Yes, exactly. So instead of using a computer, now they are coming for mainly using for browsing. Now same thing. So now people are using for so they we can able to browse. That means the internet is the main and how the internet works. We already know the client and right client and server. That is your client is nothing but your browser. We already discussed this client browser and client is trying to go for a site. Let us take Amazon.com. Let us take Amazon website. It has to go to the server. That is first DNS. It will go. The DNS will check the server, and server if it is there, that website is there or not. It will check in the database. In the database, it check yes means it will go again back and to the reverse. Correct. So this client DNS then server it's in the database it will check. So once you the user comes, user will go to the client is nothing but the browser. So that's what these users will be using. So users can come from anything. It can be laptop, it can be PDA laptop or desktop or PC, phone, mobile, everything is considered. So first you will go to the internet you are trying. So first you want to access the page or a website, you need internet. Then the internet, through that internet it will go to web server. There you will be able to go from there, it will go to the database and check for the data what the customer is looking for and what the user is looking for. Then it will come back. So in the web page, in the web server, we have the JSP, that is your Java server pages, which is a server side programming language which will have all your HTML, XML, or JavaScript beans and all those things. So why we want this? It will helping the developers to have a highly reliable website where you can able to perform independently with all the web applications and websites. For example, your computer, I mean your computer or your mobile phone is having multiple applications, correct? Now multiple applications is separately working properly. Is it working separately properly or not?
Yes.
Okay, so now your mobile is having only one OS, but this one OS is supporting multiple applications. Multiple applications. Let us take Gmail, it is supporting. games it is supporting, Instagram it is supporting, Facebook it's supporting, then whatever blah blah things. So totally some 60 to 80 applications you are using in a mobile, but all these applications are working on top of this single OS, top of this single OS, correct? So the OS should be efficient, am I right? The OS should be efficient enough to handle all these workloads. Now, this is what we call it as hook of OS. Hook of OS means what does means? See, the OS is okay. OS is how many GB? How many GB? Let's take your Windows itself. Let us take your Windows is how many GB? Windows 10 or 11 or whatever it is. How many GB is the file size? Do you know? Do you know how much size it is? Yes or no? You know yes means yes, you say no means no, so that I will say.
No.
Okay. So it can be go from 3 GB to 5 GB. Okay. 3 GB to 5 GB of an OS. Now same thing for Linux. Now this 3 GB to 5 GB of OS, which is working on your computer or laptop, is able to handle multiple applications that you are going to run, or it's you're already running on your device. It can be any device, mobile phone or laptop or whatever it is. Correct. Now all these 60 applications not necessary, or well, let us take out of the 61 application I am taking, let us say Gmail. Now this Gmail is not required the full OS and its components, correct? Now this OS itself will have some 20,000 to 50,000 components inside it. That means folders files. If you go and see that, if you go and right click the properties of the C drive, you will be able to see how many applications, how many folders files are there inside it, right? Let us take some 20,000 to 30,000. Now 20,000 to 30,000 components which is inside the OS is not necessary to run this first Gmail. Gmail needs any one of the few components. Let us take 10 components out of this 20,000 components. 10 or 20 components is necessary to run my Gmail properly. Right? So the Gmail, the OS which we are using also will be supporting multiple applications. That means it's not only supporting Gmail. How it is supporting these many applications means, yes, as just now I told you, it is just taking any application that you are using, any application that you are using out of the 61 bar 60, out of this 20,000, even it takes 1,000 components to for this one application. Remaining 19,000 will be there. That components is enough, or that components whichever is necessary to run another application, that is necessary. That is necessary. Okay. Now, let us go for how to get a Linux system. How to get a Linux system. First, we have to install Linux directly. That means install Linux OS directly in the laptop or desktop if we are full and full going to work in the Linux system. Okay, first of all, why we need Linux system? Do you guys know whether most of the companies use Windows or Linux? What do you think? Most of the IT companies, they use Linux or Windows. What do you think? What do you think? What they are using?
Linux.
Linux. Yes. Okay. Why? Why they are using Linux?
No idea.
Okay. Is they use Linux because it is more secured, more secured. That means Windows might be attacked or efficient to attacked by attacked by virus. That's why we always use whenever you purchase a Windows system, configured system, you will always ask for antivirus setup. So antivirus you have to put, then it will stop or it will be protect your computer will be protected by from virus. But in Linux is by predefined by security. It is fully secured. So main difference is, like for example, you are installing Windows, you're installing some application. Means how will you install in Windows? How will you install in Windows? Usually, how will you install Windows?
We'll
Any
go
application? Hmm.
browse in the browser and get the
Hmm.
Windows version
Uh,
and download it.
you do download your application, which is a exe file, all right? Right, exe
Yeah,
file.
yeah, yeah.
Now that exe file, you double click, correct? Na? Your exe file, you double click. Once you double click, what will happen? It will be able to show a green color loading, correct? Na? Loading, it will show,
Yes.
and it will keep on installing. Now, in this, that means it is installing all the components. You'll be able to see a folder has been created, and the folder inside there are some thousands of files will be there. Now in this you don't know whether in this thousand files which is installing, is there any virus or is there any hacking application or anything they have put inside, that we don't know. Because Windows only check the first level, that is it will check you are allowing him to install or not. Because you are allowing means what it is, Windows is taking that you authorize that application, you only authorizing that application. As the owner of the OS, you have all the rights to approve it, you have all the rights to approve it. So Windows will take only the initial authorization, that is okay, the user is asking to install, he has given the approval, he has downloaded this application in a site, from a site, that is he is trusted, that he trusted, so he is allowing, that means Windows is allowing to install, and it is getting installed. And as I told you, if virus, any the user, the application creator has mentioned any virus or inserted any virus into that application, now that is also getting installed. That's why Windows is not secure. If Windows is secure only when you put antivirus or a protection, well protected one, then Windows will be helpful. Now, if you try to install something in the Linux, what will happen? Have you seen Linux systems? Have you used this in Linux systems?
No.
Okay. So Linux is everything is command line interface. That is command. I have to type the command. We have to type the commands only. Now in the commands, when you type install, sudo install app, when you type sudo install app, what will happen? This will go and check line by line. It will go check all the codes line by line. It will not allow any virus like this. It will stop immediately. It will not even ask us just whether you want to continue or you want to skip this or you want to terminate it. It will say no, this is virus, I will not allow. That is what is. Okay, it will not ask anything, it will directly not allow you to install that application by default. That's the major difference in Windows and Linux. So Linux is more secure. That's why AWS has joined with Linux and Azure, which is a Microsoft product. Microsoft product means, is Windows is a Microsoft product or whose product is this? Windows.
Microsoft.
Yes, so Windows is Microsoft. So Azure is Microsoft. So Azure mainly support Windows configuration. AWS, they want to from the beginning, they want to be full and full secured. That will go for AWS. Okay, now coming back. So first we have to install OS in the laptop or a desktop. Install VMware and create a VMware. VM is nothing but virtual machine. What virtual machine? Virtual machine means what? What is meant by a virtual machine?
It's an like it's a virtual computer. Like we'll
Yes.
have the OS and CPU, but
Mm.
virtually.
Yes, everything is a virtual computer. That means the computer is not present, but it is virtually present, which we can able to access from here just by giving your username and password. Virtual machine, we can able to give a username and password. We can able to access whatever we want. That we can able to access it and use it. It's just like nothing like, but like you are nowadays you have G Sheet, right? Google Sheet. You guys are using Google Sheet. Yes, Google Sheets you have worked, right? So Google Sheet, what is the best advantage? Google Sheet, Google Sheet. What is the main advantage?
We haven't used the Google Sheet.
Google Sheet you have not used. Your company manager or team leader or anybody might have shared you. This is the sheet. This is the data. No. Okay. Google Sheet. What is the best part? Like in Excel. It's okay. You know Excel, right? So Excel is your default application which you are using in your laptop. G Sheet is the common Google Sheet which we can able to share to anyone from anywhere. So now anywhere they can able to access it through your mobile or laptop, and it's not uh, country restricted. If we give the email ID, we can able to share it to anyone and wherever he is, and those people also can able to access that sheet and edit it. Now, same thing here, virtual machine. Now, install VMware and create a virtual machine. That is like a application. We install this application here in that, and you launch a VM. That is your virtual machine. Now, install virtual box and create VM. That is again create a container and create a virtual machine. That is also possible. Once you install or once you launch your once you install the virtual box and create a virtual machine, that is component, you can able to select which OS I want to install, which OS I want to install. So there is a provision of you can able to take a Linux virtual machine on any one of the cloud. Linux virtual machine on any one of the cloud. So we guys are going to use only AWS Linux. Okay. Now we'll go for diving into Linux. Now, what is meant by Linux? Linux is a powerful and versatile open source operating system. Open source means what?
It's accessible to everyone.
Free. What open source means what? Free. Windows is licensed. Windows is licensed. That means up to certain time you can use. After that you have to pay for it. You have to like a renewal fee. You have to pay for it. We have to pay for that. That's what your open source. Windows, I think you might have known about Windows key and all those things we have to give. If one person purchase that OS copy can be used by some other people also. Now that but that is again payment for that service key. We have to Windows key, we need to pay for it. Now here it is a open source, anyone can able to use it. It's a widespread adoption worldwide. So worldwide Linux it is used by everyone. Why? Because it is offering a robust and secure and customizable platform for wide range of computing needs. So whatever you can do on the computer, you can able to do. Only thing is, when you compare to Windows, Linux is full of commands. Linux is full of commands. Now, when this Linux started, so Linux was first created by Finnish computer science student. His name is Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds. He has developed this free and open source operating system. That means in Linux Torvalds, he is the person who has created Linux in 1991. Then in 2000, it became a mainstream of operating system, and it became an alternative to proprietary operating systems. That is mainly in 2000, what came? Main thing, whatever we are using now. What is the main thing which was launched in 2000? What is the thing which was started in 2000?
Google.
Yes, what? Google. So now Google has started in 2000. So before itself, its operating system should be there. Na? So Linux was started in 1991, and major it became popular again in 2000 because of operating system only other Google and other websites are become visible. Okay. Now Linux became a viable alternative to proprietary operating systems, finding widespread use in your servers, embedding systems, and even desktops as well. So now this journey between this 1991, 2, 3, 4, 5, this Linux kernel have taken full rapid growth. That is, what is meant by a kernel? Kernel is inside your operating system. It is the mid between your operating system and your hardware. So now kernel is a one which is controlling everything. Now from 1991 to 1995, most of the developers will put a lot of efforts for developing this Linux operating system. For this Linux operating system, they worked on. Now, what is the comparison between this Linux and Windows? As just now I told you, Linux is an open source. Here it is a proprietary. That is, you need to purchase the Windows ID and key. Next, here is a customizable. Customizable means what? We can able to customize whether see in Windows if you take in Windows, so open source, customizable, often free. Excellence, security, and stability. As I told you, security is main thing for why we choose Linux, and it has wide variety of distributions and software available. That means we have versions. We have versions which keep on updating, like Windows as well. Linux also will keep on updating the versions. Now I think we are in 24, 25 versions we have. So we'll see when we install all these things, you will come to know what version we are installing. Next, Windows. Windows is a proprietary. As I told you, you have to purchase the license key, that secret key with the mouse and user-friendly interface. It's a user-friendly interface where most of the business and personal computing. So Windows, when we select, as you guys said, the previous question I asked, most of the companies will prefer what for their company purpose, especially for their company purpose. What they will do, company purpose, they will take Linux, and most of them, those who are using for their personal use, those who are using for their personal use, they will go for Windows. Now let us see the comparisons. And also Windows is costly because it supports a large selection of commercial softwares, but Linux is open source, that is, it is free. Now comparison, you can see Linux offers more flexibility and control, while Windows provides a more streamlined and familiar user experience. So user experience is good in Windows because it is having graphical user interface, even child can able to understand. Now the choice depends on individual needs and preference. So if you're looking computers to be used by your company employees just for their work, then you go for a normal work means then you go for Linux. Now your employee is a graphical user designer now, then you can go for Windows. It depends on us. So for personal use, we use Windows. For office work, we go for Linux. That too, if you want to more and more secure, right? Next one, how to working with Linux. So working Linux first is the kernel, as I told you, kernel. Now application. Let us take this as a VLC application. VLC will connect to kernel, and now kernel will check whether how much amount of CPU is required to run this application, how much amount of memory you require, and what are the devices which you are going to suppose. So here you can able to see this kernel will decide what kind of application it is, how I can able to distribute my memory. So working with Linux, we call it as kernel. What is the hardware abstraction? So kernel acts as the intermediary between this one. This is hardware, correct? Na? You guys remember your computer input and output devices? Can you just say some input and output? Input devices. What are output devices? Come on, guys. You know input output devices. Can you name some input devices?
Yes, keyboard, mouse, and all
Mhm.
the uh, input devices.
Okay.
And the output is like headphone or printer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. Nice. Now same thing here. So this kernel will decide what amount of CPU I have to utilize for this application. Let us take this is a Photoshop. Now Photoshop, how much memory I should allocate. Photoshop, what are all the devices I should be interacting with to give the proper input output whatever it is. So those things are decided by the kernel. Now this kernel acts as the intermediary between both hardware and software, and it will provide a standardized interface for application. Standardized means what? It's like you're running Photoshop. Now Photoshop require, let us take, we are having a computer. You are running with Photoshop and say you are running a Word document and you are running a VLC. Now, which one will take the more memory? Photoshop, Photoshop will take the more memory, or Word document, or VLC media player. Which one will take more memory from your normal CPU?
VLC.
Yes, it will take around 40%. Next highest.
Photoshop.
Yes, so here it is saying 40%. Here also it might take 35%. Let us take 35%. So 40 plus 35. So 40, 35, or 30 will keep it. Now word 120. Now 30, 20, 40. Now who is allocating this memory? The kernel is allocating the memory. That's what it's saying, standardized interface for application. Next, it will process management. So it is responsible for scheduling, managing, maintaining, and making sure the resource is working actively. The resource is working fast or efficiently. Next, the memory allocation. So when you are not using the, let us take Photoshop, you are not touching. You just opened it, kept it, but you didn't use anything. Now again, that memory allocation will get less because you opened, but you are not using. Now it will give the priority to which one? Can you guys guess it? Which one it will give priority? Whether Word document or VLC. Now if you are running VLC means VLC will take more memory. At the same time you are not using PS means CLC memory will be getting less. Same thing when you open Word document. If you are working on Word document will try to take more memory. So this memory allocation is also created by kernel. One second. This one. Okay. So, as a working pattern of Linux is first it will go to the application will go to kernel will go to your CPU, memory, and device allocations. It will be created. So, this working with Linux, that's a kernel will take care of the hardware abstraction, process management, and memory management. After that is memory allocation, which application should take the which application should be given priority, more priority, which percentage of priority I have to give. That is decided by the kernel. Now let us come to the introduction to Linux shell. What is meant by this Linux shell? Linux shell is nothing but a text-based interface. Text-based interface means nothing like your notepad. We can able to create it in a notepad. It is like a command. It's a command, text-based command. Only a few lines will come. The commands are very few lines. That's what this cell Linux shell is. Now it support the scripting. Where you have heard this word scripting language? Do you know anything about scripting language? What is a scripting language? Or a scripting language? Which programming language is called as scripting language?
I
Kamlesh, do you
think
know or
it's
not?
Java.
Java is scripting language, huh? Java is scripting language, huh? The name itself will have the word called script. Same thing, you're closer. It's JavaScript. What? It is JavaScript. Now we have TypeScript, JavaScript, JS. I mean, your frameworks like React, Angular. Now all those things will become a scripting language because it's working in the script. It works like a script. Now coming back, self-support scripting allowing users to automate repetitive tasks. So why we came with the scripting language? Because the scripting language is mainly for repetitive tasks. I don't want to repeat the same task again and again. For that, I'll write a code and keep it and run it. It will run it. Like your JavaScript, we have mentioned, like it will be like triggering whenever it is invoked or any timer or something is set, it will trigger at the same time. Now that's what this cell scripting also. Now this is called cell scripting, where cell scripting is nothing like Linux or Bash commands. All are we call both are we call it as cell scripting. Now this have one more option called tab completion. That means the cell tab completion, which will help you to quickly navigate with the file system and execute commands. That means whenever you type it, it will automatically come with the answer. You just have to type and use it. You just have to select and use it. That's what spell scripting. Automatic tags, which is already defined by them, will be there. Next, customization. Yes, we can able to customize various other configurations also and plugins, mainly to shoot for your individual preferences. Based on our individual preference, we can able to shoot as well. Next, how is this file system hierarchy in Linux? How is this file system hierarchy works in Linux? This Linux will have always will have a directory called root directory. Now this root directory, what is this root directory will do? This is your top level directory, that is slash. First is the slash, then dot module, like that it will come. So first always to start the slash. So slash represents is the starting point of the Linux file, that is main file, which is your root directory. Then the user directory, that means we create our own name and we are just launching. So it'll have their own home directory where they can able to store all their personal files and settings. We can able to store it on their user directory. Next one, system directory. So system directory will always have a hierarchical order, always have a hierarchical of directories from system files. System directories is predefined one where the directories of the systems are automatically arranged and configured. Next one is mounted device. What is my mounted device? Have you heard it? What is that mounted device? What is my mounted device?
Pen drives and
Exactly. Pen drives and all those things are called mounted devices. So this Linux will support all the things. Linux will support all the things, that is your pen drive and all those things. Root directory, user directory, and system directories. Next, let us come for working with basic commands. What are the basic commands? So we'll be discussing about this all these commands in the practical as well. First, you write a command. Are you guys making a note? Are you taking a note and making it down?
yes.
Okay, write the first command, important command. That is ls. What this ls will do? List. That's what ls. So it will list the console of a ls. List is a list means I want to list all the items. I want to list all the items. That is all the project name, files, and everything I want to list. That's what list. Next, PWD. PWD is nothing but print the current working directory. Print the current working directory. So all these five, you please write it in your notebook. Tomorrow we'll be seeing all these things. So current working directory means, for example, your directory name is Murali. My name is that. It will print as when you PWD. It will print as Murali. That is your current user. That too home slash Murali. Inside that only I'm using is it will mention as home slash Murali. So that is called PWD, which will show the current directory working with. Because why we want to know this command means we will be working in a deep projects. Now at the project we might forget where we are currently staying, where which location we are into. For that we can easily identify with PWD. Next CD. CD is nothing but change the current working directory to a specific path. So change the current directory, and from that you are going to another directory. For that we need this CD. Next, make directory mkdir. So there we are creating a new directory in the current working directory. That means currently you might have your system at Unix or user HP or whatever laptop you're using. That will be there. Now from there we want to create a directory. That is called your make directory mkdir. So create a new directory in the current work directory, that is called make directory. Next one, touch. Touch command in the Linux is mainly used to create an empty file. Create an empty file means touch. You can create an empty file. Touch with touch. Touch hello.com, hello.world, all this. I mean hello.file, hello.html, or whatever it is you want. You can able to explain. You can able to create an empty file using the touch command. Next, what are the advantages of Linux? What are the advantages of Linux? As we already mentioned, it is fully secured. It is fully secured. Next, now why we want a secure system? First of all, can you guys say why we want a secure system?
Uh, to make them free from viruses or malware.
Yes, viruses will not allow. Correct, no? That is the main reason. Now, same thing only we are also saying security is mainly making it less vulnerable and malware and cyber threats. Cyber threats means like people are attacking your system and all those things. That should not happen. Next one, it is customization. We can able to customize it. All the Linux offers a high degree of, mainly it is helping the users to operate. Let's see, Linux is nothing like it can be used as an application also in our system. I think everyone are having Windows system only, right? Yes. Anyone using
Yes.
Mac system? Okay, fine. So it'll be easy. We will be installing this Linux as a part of like a similar to an application only. Okay, not as a full OS. It's not necessary also. Next, it is cost effective as it is free, so definitely it will be cost effective. Correct. So many Linux distributors are free and open source, making it a cost effective alternative to proprietary operating system. Proprietary means it will have a sole owner and property, that is amount we have to pay for that. It can be Windows or anything. Next, performance wise, since it is not attacked by virus, will the no, Linux is mainly for performance. That is, it will be faster because it's full of command line interface. It is not like graphical user interface. I think in your Windows system, when your memory is full or something, it will keep on loading. That means the load symbol alone it will show. Apart from that, it will not show anything. Have you noticed that? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now this one will not have like that issue. Like it is outperforming from operating system on the same hardware only, but it's a lightweight and efficient. Okay. Next, one of the advantage, the Linux will support other operating system also. That means After Linux comes only, people started using and toggling between two operating systems. What? Two operating systems. That means what? Fine. Now we'll see the Linux architecture. Linux architecture. First one is the user. User is using the application. Application is going to the shell. Now shell is the command line which we are writing. That is the Linux commands which we are writing on the shell. Now shell will inform the kernel. Kernel will inform the hardware to work. Kernel will inform the hardware to work. But this hardware should need what? Utilities. The hardware should need what? Utilities. Without that, we cannot able to make Linux work. Okay, so this is your Linux architecture. Your return.
Yes.
Okay. Next one is your root directory. So in Linux, the main thing is hierarchy. The main thing is hierarchy. First one is always the root directory. Now below root directory, we can able to go for first is the root directory. After that, we have bin. We have bin and opt, then boot, root. The other directory is also there. You can able to see library files, media files, management files, home, etc. So this etc. tool, what it will do now under this users, under the users you'll have again one more bin include library files, bin and everything. So there are a lot of things are there. Now first thing mainly is the root. How we define the root, then we can able to use whatever we want. So these things and all, once you go inside in depth, you will be knowing it. Now let us learn what are these file systems hierarchies. First one is a slash. So this is your top level directory, and we call this as your root directory or your parent directory. You can ever see parent directory, and it is represented always by a forward slash. So this is called forward slash. So either you put slash, normally it will become root directory, or you can directly go and write as root also slash root. So when it will automatically go and set as a root directory. Why we want to have this root directory? Is there any idea? Do you have any idea why we need this root directory? Let us take for example, you have a jewelry shop. You have a jewelry shop. Okay. Now jewelry shop owner, that is owner is the CEO of the shop. Every evening he will shut down. I mean, he will be asking his security to close. Okay. Now after closing, everyone left, and he is the last person who is going out. The owner. I'm just talking about the owner. Now the owner is coming out, and the security guy has closed the door and locked it. Now the security guy will keep the key, or the owner will get the key and go. owner, right? Why?
Because he's the head.
Why the owner will keep? Is he not trusting the security guy? No, it is because it's the policy where his company is not a normal 1 rupee 2 rupee company. It's a jewelry shop, correct? Anything happen is happened. So always we come for the root director. Now same thing. Always this owner is keeping the key, even though security guy is closing the door. Right? Same thing. Whatever you use it, you first always start with the root directory. You come back to the root directory. You come back to the root directory. Now this is a home user, this is a root user, and we call this as super user. We call it as super user. So something is not able to work. For example, you are installing an application, and how will you install an application? Just a type install that a particular application name. Install and particular application name. Now that application name, you install application. Now this application, in case if you're not getting installed when you are an user, you type it as install. Let's take install nang injects n injects. Now this install n injects is not getting installed. So what we can do, when the user trying to install some application, it is not trying to install. What you can do? Now, just now I told you the jewelry shop example itself. Let us come back. Now, the security guy is the user. Okay, the security guy is the user. He is trying to open the door with some other key. Now, what will happen? The security guy, whatever key he has used, it is not working. So, what is the solution?
Go ask the.
Exactly. The owner only have to come and put us the original key. Am I right? Now, same thing here. If something you're trying to install in the Linux and Linux is not getting installed, so you have to mention that you are the root user. You are the root user. We call it as super user. We call it as super user. That means I just previously typed install nginx, okay, but it is not getting installed. So what I'll do one more word called sudo. I'll use one more called sudo. That is super user do it. Super user trying to do it. Now the door is opening. Now when I put the owner put the key, the door is getting open. That's what same thing here. When I put sudo and install and this nginx, it will get installed. Next one home. Now home directory. Home directory is the home. It is a home directory for all the other users. That means it can able to provide all the environment. We mention it as root directory is the one which is the root, and home is just nothing but like your documents. You have documents folder in your C drive.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Is that documents folder created by you?
No.
No. By default, it was there. Same thing, downloads folder. Is it created by you?
No.
No. By default, it is that. Now, same thing only. This home directory is a default one. Wherever we want, we can able to start from the home directory. It's providing an environment for the other users. So the new users who are coming, they don't want to struggle. We are just planning to start from that home now, like how we have in our Windows system documents, default photos, I mean images. Yes, you have images, like pictures, I think so. Pictures folder, videos folder, downloads, documents, correct, all are this default. So wherever I want to start my application, we can able to select your application. We are going to start from that application. Let us say, example, Windows itself. Windows, we are saying it. Windows, we say it as documents. Okay. Now, inside the document, you are creating one file. Let us take hello.py. Now, how will you call this path? How will you call this path of this file?
With the
What is
file,
this path of?
yeah,
Hmm.
with its location.
Tell me how would it look like?
It will be like slash document or slash that the file name.
Yes, the file name. So documents slash the file name. What is the file name? Hello.py. Now same thing, only this. Now how we are having in Windows documents share slash the Python file or whatever file we are using, that will start. Same thing here, it will start with home. Next we have users. By default, software's installer go always go into the user directory, because user, like how you are logging. I think in your system you have user login. If you have siblings, brother or sister, then you both are using the same computer. Am I right? When you both use the same computer, what will happen? Your files will get stored in the folder, same common folder, so it will be difficult to find out. So instead of that, we go for the user directory. So like C slash program files. Next, bin. What is this bin? Bin is nothing but binary files. Bin is nothing but binary files. It will contain all the commands used by all the users. It's a common one. So that's why it's slash bin. Next one is yes bin. That is super users bin binary files. So it contains commands used by only the super user. And where is nothing but a container variable. It's a variable. Whereas we already in, if you have learned this JavaScript, you know what is a variable. Variable is nothing but it's a container, like where I want to store the values. It is a variable is a container to store the values. To store the values. So here it is containing variable data like mails, log files, and everything. Next, Linux paths and file manipulation. So how do you have this Linux paths? So there are two types of files, two types of paths are there. One is absolute path, which is always start from the root directory. That is, you see, home slash user slash document file dot tax. Log tax is in text file. That means this is the text file which we have created, and we have inserted it. We have inserted it in the documents folder, which is already inside the users folder and home. Next one, relative paths. That is based on the current directory, denoting it as dot. That means you see, when you put dot 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 here, we will put dot dot dot. Now here you can see when we put the dot, It will automatically take that this is your current directory. This is your current directory. It will denote, and from this we can able to change it. We'll be able to inserting it. So one is directly you mentioning a home directory folder and inserting it, or you can go for from the current directory. Now, what are the backup basic file and directory commands? What are the commands we have in your Linux? First, so to list files. List means what are all the files I want to see. What are all the files I want to see? I can go for list. Next, one more is the list hyphen L. That is, it will go more information about the file. That is your ls hyphen slash I. Sorry, ls hyphen slash l. I mean, not slash, hyphen l. Next, to change directory, I want to change the directory or go to that particular directory. I can go to cd folder name. Cd folder name. Next, I want to go up to a directory. Up to means one folder upwards. One folder upwards. Then you have to put go up a directory. We have to put double dot. Next, we have print directory. I want to print the directory which we have already written pwd. Next, I want to create a file. We go for touch file dot text file. We create a new directory itself. Then we go for make directory, mk directory, new file name. And copy file, we go for copy. That is cp source text dot txt. Source file. Next to move rename flash file. Move rename file. Move old text to new text. Old to new text. Move old text to next one delete file. Delete file. You can able to see rm file dot text. Rm remove, rm for remove, delete for directory. Delete directory means hyphen r folder name. You can write all these things. Tomorrow we'll be seeing all these things, how to move, how to remove, make directory, and all these things. Okay, if you want, you can write the definition or just write the names. That's enough. Once you're done, just let me know.
Done more.
Okay. Next, view file content. View file content inside the file. What is there? That I can view it with cat file text. What cat file text. Next to scroll view, I can go by page. Then I can able to go by less file.txt, less file.txt, or more file.txt. Next, print first 10 lines. Print first 10 lines. So first to print 10 lines, you can able to go for head file.txt, and last 10 files you can go for tail file.txt. Last 10 files and top 10 files. Top 10 files means head, last 10 files means tail. And edit the file, you can go for nano editing or vim edit. So editor, there are two editors are there. One is nano editor, vim file. So those both these things also will be seen tomorrow. That is edit file, how to edit the files using vim and nano. Your written.
Yes.
Okay. Now these are other commands just to know. We don't want to write now, but we just to know what is meant by this. So date will represents date and time. Cal will see calculator, that is mean calendar. Uptime shows the uptime current time. Who I am, you are logged in as, whether what username you have given for your account. That is called who am I. Next finger, it will display about the user. So who is that user? User slash id, it shows the information. Man command is nothing but shows for manual of command. Username, it will show your username. And who slash w, display who is online. Next, ls I already mentioned, displaying listing. Cat is for view content, less is for view first page by scroll by, and more is for outputs the content of file. Detail page is display file page by page. Then touch command, same thing, 0 bytes file, nothing. Cat file name, we can able to create the file name. Nano, it will create a file if file name does not exist. If the file name does not exist, it will use nano. And vi and rm, it will remove a file. Next, make directory, remove directory. Rm, va, both are same. Rm, that is a remove a directory, hyphen rf. Cp, copy a file, move a file. Mv, finding a file. Grep, now grep is a thing that search for a pattern in the file. Pattern means previously what pattern they have followed. It is go and check what is that pattern. Based on that, it will issue the other next input and outputs. cd, switch between directories, we can type cds. Then different, find a different content in two files. Then set, search and replace particular pattern as well. And main thing is change mode, that is ch mode, that is search a file permission. We can able to change the file's permission by ch mode. That is one. And clone, that is change the ownership of the file. That we can able to do it by ch1. File is what kind of file it is. Next, you can type history to see. And memory free, you can type free memory of a server, it will show. Then username kernel information, due for show directory space usage. Now which command, where command. So where is possibly become the location of your app, which becomes app will return by default. Then host name, we can able to see the host name of the server. Next, ping is mainly for whether if you put the IP address, whether we can able to check whether the internet is properly working or not. Next, wget, download package software on the Linux system. So wget means webget. That means you go and download from the web for its users, updates, and all those things. Next, if configuration, list IP addresses of the servers. Next, telnet, connect to remote host checkpoint, check port availability status. You can able to check it. Next, curl, it will always access application as from our browsers. Next, the port numbers, you can able to write the port numbers, like what are the port numbers Linux will take. Linux will take 21 for FTP transfer, 22 for SSH, 23 for telnet, 25 for SMTP, and 53 for DNS. Next, HTTP is 40, 443 is HTTPS, DNS is 53, SMTP 25, which I already mentioned. Now, editing files using VA or Nano. So, editing file, how can we edit our file or a Linux file? We have to use, we have two options. One is Vim and Nano. So, they have their own capabilities, features, and it is the main tools which will be essential for editing your document, mainly editing your document and assigning your documents in the Linux system administration task, mainly on your Linux systems. We can able to do by securing by using these Nano, VAM Nano. Now comparison between this VAM Nano. VAM is nothing but Vim. So Vim is also a text editor. What does it mean a text editor? Previous week we use any of the text editor. In the previous week, did we use any text editor?
Yeah, Visual Studio.
Exactly. Same thing here. Inside the Linux, we are using a text editor. Done. Now we'll compare with this Nano and Vim. So Vim is a text editor and Nano is again a text editor. Now Vim has an extensible version of VA which addresses the features like better coding. The thing is, syntax is highlighting, undo, redo history, search and replace options. Everything is there. It is an interface model. It is an interface is like it's a mode based. That is, we normally insert, normal insert and etc. We can able to do. Here, Nano, it is a single, simple, user-friendly text editor, which is easy to learn and perfect for quick edits. For quick edits, we always go for Nano. But here, this will be somewhat tricky, but it will also help. We'll show you tomorrow. So, simple navigation. Here, the key feature is simple navigation, shortcut display, and straightforward interface. Straightforward interface. Okay. Here it is a single mode. Here it is customizable, highly customizable. Here it is minimal customization we can able to do. Next, usability. Here it is complex operation. Here it is basic text editing we can able to do. So which one will be better means Nano will be better instead of when compared to VA. With VA also we'll see how it is working and show you. Next, how to use Vim Editor. Just now I told you. Like move around the file using the arrow keys. In the Vim Editor, we have to go move around like with the arrow keys. Commands like H, J, K, L. That is L represents right and K. I think J, H, J, H, K, L. J, H, K, L. You're able to see H, J, K, L. Everything is in the same line in your keyboard of your computer. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now editing. I want to edit, I want to insert means I have to type I to start typing, and I want to save the file means we have to type colon W to save, and colon Q to quit out of this VM editor and come back out. Okay, combining like both colon WQ, what it will do, it will go save and exist. So you can just to make a note, tomorrow you'll be seeing these three commands, mainly this W, colon W and colon Q. Next in the Nano, what is that? Here Nano is mainly easy, where we can launch a Nano editor. Simply type whatever you want to type it and just press enter. Now you can use the arrow keys to move the cursor around the document also, and we can able to use Control A. Control A is going to beginning of the line. Now edit the text. You can directly insert the new text and use delete backspace keys as usually your normal system. And Nano provides basic editing functionality as well. And how to save and exit? Control S, you save it. And exit is Control X. And again, Nano, you can able to see Control O, Control X. Normal control is for saving. Control O, it will ask you whether to rename or something. No means press enter and then you have to give Control X. Now automatically it will go back. That is your Nano editor. So both these editors will be using tomorrow, and we'll see how it is working. Next, managing locals, Linux users and groups. So how to manage? So in Linux, users and groups are crucial for system administrators mainly. Mainly, it will allow control over who can access resources, who can access the resources. It will check. Then users, individual users whom use the system, and groups. We can able to create number of groups as well. That is called nothing but collection of users with similar permissions. Like you're having your HR. HR means what? Will HR team will have all the common access. Correct? Na? Each department should have a common access. HR department one access. Ops team one access. Right? So same thing. It's a group. We can create a group and give the permissions. Next, easily create. You can able to see user manager. How the user can able to manage a Linux. So now user can easily create, delete, and modify their user accounts as well on your Linux system. Managing user properties like username, password, and home directory is easy only. See, everything here in the Linux is command, command, command. Only command through command you'll be using it. Not like your Amazon, I mean your Windows GUI. Group management, again, group management. We can able to organize users into a groups mainly to have a common permission and controls. So we can able to add or remove the users from the groups also mainly to fine tune the security and collaboration. So everywhere. So why we need to have these groups? Is it necessary? Is it necessary, guys? Why we want these groups? Do you have any idea? Why we want to create groups instead of manual individual user?
No,
No idea. Huh?
no idea.
Okay. Now let us take HR. Okay. One new person is joining in the HR team. Now HRs are having the file access in the S3 bucket, that is your storage. Now for this, whoever wants to access this need a permission. Now for this new user, you create a policy. You create a policy, that means the permission policy. You create an attach, that means this user can able to access the S3 bucket. Why? Because of the permission and the policy is allowing. The policy is allowing. Now we have done this for one person. Next week, three more persons are coming. Three more persons are coming and joining in the HR team. Now again, those three people, those two people also wants to access S3 bucket. Correct? Now the storage documents, all your HR documents are here. Will you again go and write a separate policy? Again, go and write a separate policy. Yes. If you are writing, will it take more time? Yes or no? Will you keep on writing each and every individual? You keep on writing each individual policy, or you write one policy, attach it to the HR group. Whoever joins the HR groups, this rule is applied. This rule is applied. That means they can able to access the S3 bucket for their taking their documents and using it. They have the permission because they join the HR group. Which one is easy? Attaching the policy to the user group or the user individually?
User group.
User group, right? When I put a policy attached to the group, whoever joins the group, the policy is applied to them. That's what we need, a group. Okay, for one person, we don't want to give the things. Next, same thing. RBAC access. RBAC access mean role base role based access control. What? Role based access control. So like how we created a group. Now same thing, HR group. I just now told HR group we create a policy. We create a policy, and that policy is allowing the AS3 bucket. Correct? AS3 bucket storage. Now in that HR is there. Now, one more, all the employees' salary document is also in the HR folder. Now, will you give the permission to all the HR persons, executive to view that file? You are the manager, let us say. You kept that file inside this common folder. Will you allow all the HR executives to view that salary file? You are the manager or team leader of HR. What you will do? Under you people, your five executives are working. Will you give the access to these five executives also to view the salaries?
No.
No, right? So we need some special permission. We need some special permission. That is called role based. What is your role? I am a supervisor. I am a team lead. I should alone have to have this access. That's called, you see, assign specific responsibility and privileges to different user roles, ensuring the right people have the necessary access. Only the right people have the necessary access. As a team lead or a supervisor, you only should be able to access that file. Others should not be able to access. So that is called RBAC, role based access control. Next, introducing to Linux permission. So you can able to see controlled access. We can give control access. Linux permission determines who can interact with files and folders that we can able to control. Next, set the file permission. That is, owner of the file has full control over its access. So whenever you become an owner of the file, you can able to edit, know everything you can do. Next, group permissions. It's the members of the files group have specific access rights. Specific access rights they have. Next, other permissions. Everyone else has limited access based on the permission settings. Based on the permission settings, it is limited. Now we'll come for the types of permission. Now we comes for the types of permission. So first one you write and keep this one. It's an important one. Types of permission. How we are going to give the permission? We are going to give the permission only with three letters in Linux. First one, R for read access, W for write access, and X for executable access. That is, that file become an executable file. That is running file. That how to create it. Now, first one, what? Read. Read means what? It'll allow all the users just to view and access the content of the file or directory. Only access the file. You cannot able to edit that file because editing option is called write option. Now here you see it permits the user to modify and delete or create new files and directories. All these three things are possible with write option. You can able to modify, you can able to delete, you can create new one also. Next one, executable file, that is X. That means it enables the users to run an executable file such as a script or program. What is in the executable files? What is in the executable files? Nothing. That exe file I told you a few minutes before. Yes. What is in my .exe file? When you download from some application or file, you will be able to see .exe.
Yes.
That is called executable file. That means what? When you double click that, it will get install or run. That is called executable file. See, enables users to run and execute file, such as script or a program. So you write all these three things. It's very important. Again, we'll be coming back.
Done, Murli.
Okay, fine. Now you see how this one can be done. This can be achieved. That means we can able to give permission just to by ch mode. That is change mode. Okay. Now Linux permissions are represented by a 9 character string. 9 character string means what? You can able to see these are 9 characters. Now what is this one? RWX read write X. That is read write execute can be done by the user. So first one is the file name. First one is the file name. Second one is second three sets we call it as user. Third one is by the group. Group permission is again group read write X. And others also we are given read write X. Okay. Now what is this value of this read write execute? Read write execute. Read is carries 4 marks. Write carries 2 and X carries 7. Total 7. Now 777. So CH mode. In a short form, we don't want to write this one. And if you want to write in a short form, you can able to write Chrome mode 755. You can easily understand what is meant by 7. 7 as what permission? What are all the permissions are allowed for 7? Is 3, 4, 2, 1. That is read, write, X. 7 means read, write, X. Now think for 5. When I want to 5, what are the things I can combine? R means 4 value. Write means 2 value. X means 1 value. Now which one I want to take to make it 5? What are the values I have to take?
4 and 1.
Exactly. What is that? 4 and 1 is what?
Read and execute.
Yes, read and execute. Now first one is allocated to which one? First one is for the user. First one is
User.
for the user. That is you. You are the user, current user. Next, second one is for what?
To
Second one is for, huh?
to execute.
No, second one is for the group.
Other. Okay, okay.
Second one is for the group. Now again, let me see for 3. Now what is the answer should come?
2 and 1. That is W and X.
Yes, W and X. That means outsiders. Who is outsiders? That is others. Others can able to write and execute. And second one is what? Second one is group. Now group having a permission of read and execute. And others have the write and execute permission and the user have all the three permissions. Now how can we write this? Just we have to mention you see ch mode, that is change mode 755 test the application name which we are saying to give the permission in the numeric value, to give the permission in the numeric value. This is what we are going to do, or we'll be testing both, but this is the easy one. Which one is the easy one? Now here we see other factor. If you want you use like this is numerical way, another wrap is alphabetical way. Now here you can see the other one. Directly you go and type U, CH mode U. U represents what? You can easily understand. What is U represents?
User.
Exactly. User plus what is this? RWX. That is your 7 mark. Correct now? RWX. So this you can able to write RWX. For example, my file name is hello dot python means py means hello. That hello dot py will put that. Next one you see G represents what?
Group.
Group. RX represents read and execute. Right? Next one O represents
Other.
yes, others can read and execute. So this is how the two types. Now which one is easy? You tell me. 755 are going and writing manually U plus E RXW RWX and all those things.
Numeric.
Numeric is easy, correct? Okay. Yes. Now, how to change permission? Just now we learned we have to go for CH mode. What is the CH mode? Select the file or folder you want to change the permission for. Use CH mode command, run the command followed by the desired permissions and apply the new permissions to the file or folder. So, this is what we have done CH mode. So, tomorrow we will be seeing the CH mode as well. Next, ch own. Ch own is nothing but changing file ownership. Changing file ownership. There it is change modification, that is change mode, that is change modify. Here it is change, that is ch own, changing the ownership, change owner. That's what we are saying. Here it is change modification. Change modification. Here it is change owner. Next, how will you do this change ownership? That means your file hello.txt is change ownership. That is hello dot, let us take hello.txt file, hello.txt. Now this ownership is with me. Let us take my say Murali. Now I want to change the ownership to Janani. Now ch mode hello.txt y to Janani. That means the username will put that. We'll see tomorrow. You'll be seeing that. Now locate the file. How will you locate the file? Which one I want to change? First you go select the file, then directory file or directory that you want to change the ownership of using. LS is for list the files. Find for finding the file. Next you chw ch own command to modify the ownership of the file or directory. Specify the new owner user and then the file path and then the file directory path we are going to mention. First we mention the ownership, owner use. Next owner, that is who is the owner, and then the directory and file. Now change the group. We can able to also change the group ownership using change owner by specifying the username, group name separated by a colon. So we can also change the group ownership name also, because this is ownership of the file na. So with the ch one we can able to do the group ownership also. Just mention specify the username and the group they belong to and just put a semicolon. By a semicolon, separated by a semicolon. Username is to Murali is to HR, like that we have to mention group name. Then it will be able to understand the change. This is your change ground. Now we'll go for bash. Now we'll go for bash commands. I think these things are not mentioned. So we are slowly somewhat we are done with Linux. Maybe if you want we'll give more things. 1 minute, I'll just check the other files also. Okay, this is fine. We'll go for bash. So Linux we have done, we go for bash. So bash is again unlocking the power of shell scripting. We are going for shell scripting, which is called as bash. Now bash, what is meant by this bash? Bash we call it as shell scripting. Shell scripting is again, it's nothing but an automating task and streamlining workflows using a powerful command line interface. Shell scripting, like I think you have command interface now in your computer,
Yeah.
command prompt, correct? Now black color screen will come, right? What is the use of it?
We'll type the commands, the Linux command.
Yes, Linux commands or whatever commands you want to control your computers. Mainly, you will go for this command line interface, correct? Now, if something is not working, some application is not working, or some application I want to end or do something in the main change, then I go for command tab, correct? Now same thing only, this shell scripting is nothing but bash commands which is already internally present. There we can also able to create. This is mainly to automate some tasks, streamlining workflows using powerful command line interface. So it allows you to create scripts that can perform complex operations with just a few lines of code. Same thing, complex operations we can able to fix it by using some simple commands. Now introduction to Linux shell. So what is this Linux shell? This is again a text to base interface which will allows the users to interact with operating system, execute commands, and automate tasks as well. We can able to automate some tasks as well. Mainly the importance to the shell is what? Shell provides powerful and flexible way mainly to manage all the files and run programs and customize the users computing environment. Computing environment means what? See, maybe for example, our Windows we have C drive, D drive, and all those things. Correct, na? C drive, D drive, everything is there. From the back end, how the system is seeing all these folders structure, that is how it is aligned and all those things, that you can able to see only with the help of this command line or this Linux cells. Okay, where we can able to see how it is ordered and what way it is understanding. That means a computer how it understands how it is the structure of the folder structure has been observed and understand. Okay, that means it will check in the backend. Backend it will show, right, how we are typing, we are creating all these things, how computer is taking, how computer is doing all these operations, that you can able to view it with the help of this shell. It will go check the environment file, it is configured properly or not, and all those things it will check. Next, shell basics. What shell basics? So users can able to directly navigate the system file system and manipulate files and directories and run various system utilities through the shell. Run various utilities. Na? I think in on the way we will be upcoming days we'll be installing and navigating. You'll be installing one by one, na? Like other tools like Jenkins, Docker, and all those things. Everything you'll be installing one by one, one by one. So you have to check in the backend whether it has been installed properly or not. So all those things we can able to see with the help of this cell basics. So it's not only seeing, you can able to take a control of the directories. You can able to take the control of the directories just by typing itself. That's what mainly we use Linux. Now Linux is mainly for what? Code. We write type the code, but maximum simple codes only. One or two lines, three lines will be there. That codes we have to write it. Then automatically it will work. Now, what we call as this bash? What is called as this bash? What is called as this bash? Bash is nothing but born again cell. Born again cell. It's a powerful, versatile tool. It's a powerful and versatile tool that provides users with a wide range of commands, mainly for interacting with the Linux operating system. Linux operating system. Mainly with interact with the Linux operating system, we use this bash, and mainly it offers a set of features including both job control, command history, scripting, and analysis also, and making it a popular choice for both beginners and experienced users as well. So bash is the default shell on many Linux distributions, ensuring compatibility and easy of use across different systems as well. So like your CMD in your Windows, this bash is in your Linux, where Linux can able to use it with all the features we can able to control as well. Okay. Next, mastering bash scripting fundamentals. How can we master on the bash scripting fundamentals? Bash scripts are plain text files. Bash scripts are plain text files that will contain a series of commands, that contains a series of commands and instructions, and we can able to create some executable scripts also. Executable script means what? It can able to run in any other application also. That's what executable script, right? It can be able to made executable by using ch mode. How can you make it into ch mode? Just now we learn, how will you make it into an executable file? Can you just it? How can you make a file an executable file?
We'll change the permission
Ah, yes. How?
by the like we'll give the ch numerical commands.
Yes, ch mode. I want everyone to be in executable
That
mode. What I can type? What is the number?
755.
What is the x value? X value is 5. Huh?
X values. No, x values 1.
Okay. First one is what? First one represents what?
First one is read, write, and
No,
execute.
no. First one, who it belong to?
User.
Okay. Second one.
Second one is for groups.
Third one.
This.
Now I want all the people to be only see executable file. What number I should give?
Uh, one.
Hmm. All three I want to be in executable mode. What I have number I have to give?
142.
142. Why 42?
4 is for
Why 4?
4 is for read.
4 is for reader.
Yeah.
Okay. Then why you are giving read? I told you I want everyone. to be in the executable mode only. Everyone should have executable format rights only. Then what should be the number?
7.
7.
Totally it should be 7.
You have written in the notebook. Read what is the value.
Read is 4,
Read.
write is 2, execute is 1.
Now I want everyone to be in the executable format. Then what should be the number?
4 to 1.
Why 4 to 1?
Because you want read, write, and execute.
No, no, I told everyone. Everyone is who? Who are those everyone? Who I am talking about?
User group and others.
Others, everyone. I want to only give executable format. Only they should have the rights to execute. Now, what should be the number?
Okay, okay. Then means only 1.
One. Only single one.
Only execute, right?
Yes, that's what I'm asking. Only one. Only one
Ah.
time it will come.
Everyone 1 means 111.
Uh, Now, what is the correct answer?
3. This one 111.
Now, I want everyone to be in the read mode only. What will be the number?
Then it's for 444.
Okay. I want only the user to be in the read mode, others to be, I mean, user to be in the write mode, and others to be in the, I mean, the group and others to be in the execute mode. Now, what will be the number?
411.
Oh, okay. Fine. So now you understand. Executable scripts can be created with the help of chmod command. I can able to change the file permissions. When we can able to change the file permissions by using our this change mode. Right. Next, defining variables. Variables means what I told you. It is a container to store the value. For example, I think you might have learned. Okay, you're not computer science, right? For example, where a is equal to 10. That means what? Where a is a container. This is a is a container. This value 10 is getting stored here. That's what variables. Variables is a container to store value. So write this and keep it. Variables is nothing but a container to store a value. Okay, variables will be learning everywhere. Everywhere you'll have these variables. Next, what are bash variables? Bash variables are names. There are rules. Bash variables name should only use letters, numbers, and underscore. To using a variable, you can put dollar sign before its name also. Okay, use a variable, put a dollar symbol. You can able to put dollar symbol and refer that. And assigning a value, you can able to put equal to symbol. We can able to put equal symbol. You can able to put equal symbol. Next, special variables we can have. Bash has some built-in variables like you see bash version and user that you can use it in your script directly. You can able to do hash user or bash version. We can able to use these are all special variables. So this when we use we'll see this is nothing but a hash name wherever we use. For example, bash variable name is variable name we can able to give. I always start with the score. So underscore score is equal to 10. Score is equal to 10. Now whenever I want to call this score, I just mention dollar underscore score. So when I call this, that means the value 10 I want to print it. Okay, like your normal Java or C, C++, wherever you go, you'll be using it. Next, unleashing the power of bash. So power of bash also have control structures. Control structures is nothing but if else, for loop, while loop, and arrays. So it's like languages we have. It is having conditional statements like which will allow all the scripts to make decisions based on if else condition. If a is greater than 10, then what I want to print? I want to print it as good or higher. If else, then I want to print no, it is not greater. Like that we can put. So this bash will have control statements also. Next to loops also. Next to loops also. Next to loops also. Next to loops also. So iterative structures that execute block of code repeatedly and typically for a specified number of times. How many times I want to use it? That is I plus plus I less than or equal to 10, comma if condition is equal to less than 10. Sorry, I is equal to 0, right? For the for loop, I is equal to 10, int I is equal to 10, I less than or equal to 10, I is to 0, less than or equal to 10, then I plus plus. Same thing for while loop condition and arrays. While loop condition execute as long as the specific condition remains true. So that is your while loop. For loop is how many number of times you are repeating. Arrays can store multiple values like arrays. I can put it in a square bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All these coming under one thing that is your array. So since array, I mean Bash is again like a programming language, but it is a simple programming language which will have all the control structures as well. Now, what is the potential of cell scripting? So mainly it is helping for automation, efficiency, and problem solving. So cell scripts words, as the name itself says, scripts. So cell scripting is mainly to streamline and automate repetitive tasks. Repetitive task means what? Repeated tasks we keep on doing it, saving time and reducing the risk of human error. Why we want to automate mainly? You are learning DevOps, right? Why we want to learn DevOps? DevOps is what first of all?
For automation.
Yes, exactly. So now automation, then we need. What is the main reason why we want to automate? Everybody are trying to automate. Why we want to automate?
To make the task easier and to avoid human error.
Exactly. To avoid human errors. To avoid human errors. Next one, efficiency. What is efficiency? Faster, correct? Na? Faster. So complex operation also just in a few lines we can able to finish it faster. By leveraging the power of shell, scripts can perform complex operations with a few lines of code. Next one, problem solving. Next one, problem solving. So shell scripting empowers users to create customized solutions to unique challenges they face in their work or daily life. Work or daily life. So what is that? Shell scripting empowers users to create customized solutions. Create customized solutions to uniquely challenges they face in their work or daily life. What are they facing? We can able to solve it using your shell scripting. Mainly we'll be using it for automation as we mentioned. So it will be helpful for that as well. Now coming for the commands, navigation commands. What are the bash commands we have? So we have bash commands like command scripts like pwd, same thing whatever we did in the Linux, because Linux is inside your bash, when say bash is inside your Linux. So again same commands only, pwd show directory, cd directory, change directory, go to the parent directory, that is before you go that change directory, list for list files, ls along long listing formats we can able to go, and ls hyphen a will go the hidden files also it will show, that is what ls hidden. Next, file and directory management, you can able to see touch file.txt means it is creating a file called file.txt. Next, Mac directory direct create a directory. This is CD directory is change directory. Make directory is create a directory. Next CP means copy file. Copy files file F1 to F2. Next move file, move or rename a file from file 1 to file 2. RM remove, delete a file. RM hyphen R directory, delete directory recursively. Next find name text, find the files with that pattern, with the pattern called I want to find a text file. I want to find a text file which will have a front part. Next cat file, view file content, less file again scrollable view, head file, tail file, nano file, that is terminal editor we can able to use in the bash also. Vim file we can able to edit a Vim file also. And same thing permissions we can go for chmd mod, the file name plus x represents what executable file, script.sh I'm making this as an executable file, plus x script sh. Next, yes, 7ff file is this change permission from so 755. So what is this? 7 is read, write, execute, everything is there. Again 5 is only read and execute, and again read and execute we can print. Next to clone user group, that is I told you column will be there, na user group, which file name, changing the ownership. How to change the ownership? User group file. Next, PS represents the show process. What is our processing here? That is called show process. And the top, that is your dynamic process view. Represents your kill the process ID. That means kill process ID. First you go and check the created. Next DF5 and H represents what are the disk space available. C drive, D drive, what are the disk space available we can check. DU-SH represents folder sizes. Uptime system load info. What is the stored info? What is that uptime it has taken? And free-H is representing memory usage. How much memory you have used or not. Free memory, how much is there? We can identify with free-H. Now another one, package management. Now package management, Ubuntu or Debian. So here you can able to see the command package management, how to install and all those things. Sudo apt command, that is in the bash sudo apt update, that means update the package list. Sudo apt upgrade, so upgrade installed packages, we can able to upgrade the existing installed packages by mention sudo update, sudo apt upgrade. What is in by the sudo we learned? Do you remember now? Do you remember the sudo, what I told you? Yes, do you remember what is it sudo? Super user can do. You remember? If something is not working, we have to go with the super user. Yes.
Yes.
Sudo apt install package, that is installing the packages. Next, sudo apt remove package, that is remove the package. Next, archiving and compressing, we go for tar. Tar is nothing but like your archiving service. CVF archive tar file, that is creating a tar file. Extract a tar file, you will XVF. And compress, you can go for gzip. Gzip, it will compress that file. Decompress, you can go for decompress gzip, that is means gun zip. Unzip, that is what unzip. G unzip, g zip, gzip, g unzip. Next, networking, you can able to check the connectivity, internet connectivity by ping go google.com. Then curl fetch web page, you can able to fetch a web page by mentioning curl, that is your fetching URL, current URL, like that you can able to mention CURL. Download a file, you can put webget, wget, that is webget. Next, IP configuration or IPA, show IP info, show IP info, that is your show IP info. Fine, we'll come for coming to this Linux and Bash module wrap. So we discussed about Linux commands, how to install Linux, use VI, use Nano, Bash, and its commands. Complete the knowledge check. Which one offers a comprehensive set of features, including job control, command history, script analysis, making it a popular choice for both beginners and experienced users? What is the answer for this one?
Nano.
Nano. No. What you have learned today? We learned only two things. What are those?
Bash.
Okay, another one.
Bash and Linux
Okay,
commands.
now check the question. Which one offers comprehensive set of features, including job control, command history, scripting? Just now we learned scripting and
Yeah,
analysis.
it's Bash.
It's a choice for both beginners and experienced. What is the answer?
Bash.
Bash. Fine. So we'll do one thing. We'll tomorrow we'll see the things, everything in practical. Okay, at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Fine. Okay, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time. I mean, sorry, 3 o'clock. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Anything you would like to say? Trying to say something?
No, Murli.
Okay, fine. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. I'll send you the documents once the practical is done. Okay.
Ah,
Okay, fine. Thank you.
thank you.
Yes.